Timeline choice determines... Let's start with a random playthrough. The supposed cause of the destruction of the Library of Alexandria, a perfect black marble statue, has been recently rediscovered and is currently waiting in the museum of our town for its premiere. Old gods rule. Both you and the enemies deal extra damage. Backstory, world of horror, character exclusive, perk cards only. So this is us. We got a random girl. First time playing, click here. Inspired by 80s adventure games, the visual overload may be a little disorienting in the beginning. In this short tutorial, I'll do my best to explain various elements and prepare you to fight the horrible old gods. So main game screen. Yeah, we already know this. Strength, dexterity, perception, funds, charisma, knowledge. Is there inventory? So is this I don't remember funds in the last one. As you progress through your playthrough, more helpful tips will appear. Would you like to turn on the combat tutorial? No, we already know the combat, so we can go to the lighthouse or our home. Check your mailbox. I don't think I need to check that. Are we just wearing a swimsuit? Back in our home, you think of your next move. You're not currently investigating any weird mystery. Recent newspaper clippings and notes collected in the next room should point you in the right direction. It's a nice day outside. Oh, so we have an ally. Additional 1 damage. Fujiko looks around. Did you hear the... Never mind. Nice. Oh, we can let her go. You're fired, Fujiko. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle these 5 mysteries in any order you want. Be aware, your decisions will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. Far out fable of a fear festival. Bloody brief of a beckoning bulletin. Horrible history of household hell. Let's do this one. This sounds interesting. There are many old mansions around this town. 000 Manor is one of them. Supposedly haunted by the family of 4 who disappeared without a trace one summer. But is it the only place... Is it the only tragic event that took place there? To advance this mystery, investigate the circled locations. As you progress the location, the rules may change. Friends you've talked with are not sure where the mansion itself is located. You have to find the mansion first. A trip to the library may shed some light on it. You can't investigate your home. So How do we get to the library? Oh, the library at school. Okay. Oh. Okay. The building was supposed to be somewhere near the cliffs. You copy the mansion's photo from the newspaper and prepare to leave. So... why is the circled location... You feel the gaze of the librarian. Many of the books you can find here were donated after the accident at the university building. You carry out the dusty tome to the main reading room. Interpreting the old incomplete translations is a tedious task. Finally, you find the fragment you were looking for, so we got our new spell. What spell did we get? Regeneration. You gain 2 stamina at the cost of 2 reason, so it's better than the other one that we have. That's nice. We can forget a spell for more reason as well, which is always good, I guess. So... we have 4 funds. Let's see what we can buy from Doge. So this will deal 8 damage to ghost type enemies, and if I remember correctly, this is a ghost situation, right? Did we take that newspaper clipping? I'm just gonna assume that we needed that salt. So, seaside. The town's docks are a mix of modern warehouses, small shops, and bars where the alternative crowd gathers. An ancient wooden temple occupies the small hill at the town's center. Look for warehouse job. Doesn't matter if you believe or not, the smell of burning incense and old wood calms you down. Walking on the beach, you spot a weirdly colored rock. It seems to be covered in some kind of black algae. Getting closer, you realize it's not a rock. Drowner sponge. It needs another body now. Holy shit, that has a lot of health. Okay, so Um, our kick is 80%. Let's buff that to 90. And then we should be able to dodge now. Oh, no, that did a lot of damage to Reason. Can we not run away? Yeah, let's escape. You've learned the cliff the mansion was built on is famous for its extensive cave system. You've decided to rent some books that might help you. So, let's inspect the newspaper. Article covers a group of scientists from Tokyo. They were exploring and mapping a weird cave formations found in the cliffs. The search of the missing team of scientists continues. The only clue so far is code written on the cavern wall. 44 hertz. 447 hertz. So, Architect's Journal. One house owner, however, decided to make use of the cave tunnel. It's a natural concert hall, he claims. So many of the books Wait, so how do we, because it said we can make notes about the cave system somewhere. Town status. So I would like to leave the library now. How do I leave? Shit. Sea of Bremel. Plus knowledge, discard on use, so we can gain knowledge. I will forget this spell so we can get more reason back. The only metro line in your town connects the university and the science complex. You can take a ride to gain some time, but you've got a feeling something is wrong. Where are all the people? Yeah, let's go for a ride, you know? Even though the metro car is completely empty, you arrive at your station without any problems, saving valuable time. So we got Doom back, which is the timer, basically. That's cool. So I guess we just need to go to the mansion, because it's telling us the circle here. I forget what it said. It's like the circle changes and you investigate something. You find a heavy tome wrapped in moth-eaten black velvet in an old locked cabinet. When you remove the book's wrapping, you recoil in disgust. It's bound in human flesh. Yeah, let's take it. We don't need to read it. You cut yourself on a rusty nail driven through its cover, so we got an injury and an item. You gain a random spell, lose 2 reason. So we have status. Oh yeah, we want that gone. So I think we can go to the hospital, right? Enter. You still have some time before you are asked to the office. How can I help you? And the injury cards. So we can get surgery. Oh, that's so gross. Yeah, let's do that. So we healed our hand. The waves lazily wash on the shore. You take a deep breath. The fresh sea air clears your head. This is the abandoned mansion your friends have talked about. Let's explore it. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Threat level increases. You've heard a weird noise coming from the locked study. You must find a key. Click a mansion's room to explore it. Oh, I see. You find the art classroom. The room is cluttered with half-finished sculptures and bizarre masks hanging on the wall. One sculpture strikes you as eerily realistic. Well, I mean, we would want to check it out, right? We don't want to just turn our backs to this freaking creepy sculpture. The head of one of the sculptures looks so lifelike. You move closer and raise your hand nervously to touch it. It falls off. A headless person stumbles out of your sculpting classroom, and it's reaching for your head. Okay, so we need to let's just try and get 3 kicks in. Okay, I mean, that was better than I expected. This must be the place where the key is. No. So how do I... Yeah, let's take a bath. Sweet. A sudden growl coming from behind a corner makes you stop. Rumu ghost. Wait. Items, right? We have salt. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of something that shouldn't be there. The whole building begins to shake as you enter the room. Suddenly, a stone pillar bursts through the floor where you stood just seconds ago. Noticing the arcane symbols painting on the stone, you take a closer look. You recognize some of the symbols from a stone tablet you saw at the museum. What's the connection? Study room. You aren't sure what to expect. The sturdy door to the study opens with a creak. The dark, dusty room is empty, but something feels wrong. A faint draft, perhaps. You move the rotten carpet aside to reveal a secret passageway cut directly into the rocked cliff. So, from our investigation at the seaside and the clippings, we know there was a way from the seaside into the mansion caves. But it didn't seem like there was any way we could go that way, like come in up through the cave. Following a strange song, you discover a hidden passage that leads you to an underground chamber connected to the sea. You can't find the source of the sounds, but then it hits you. The acoustics of this place make the waves sound like the most beautiful serenade. Mesmerized, you step closer to the stone altar at the end of the room. You should explore some more, I think. You try and explore the side corridors, but it's too dark. If only you had some source of light. Step closer. Unholy chants coming from the caves connected with the mansion must have driven the family insane. With no connection to the outside world, they fed on what they had, themselves. However, this doesn't explain the fresh corpses and wet tracks around the altar. Horrible history of household hell, ending C. Rewards for solving this mystery. We got 30 experience. Thorough investigation. We got additional experience there. We got minus doom, plus reason and stamina, and we lose a day. The old god stirs. The whole town stopped receiving any outside signal. It must be a radio mast failure. Okay. We're back. Do we want to enter the lighthouse? I don't think we do. I don't know what that means. So let's go check out the house. Inside of your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? It's been raining since morning. Okay. Bloody brief and beckoning bulletin. As the decades roll on, technology has only developed further. These days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. All it takes is a computer and a modem, and anybody can connect to a bulletin system or even host one of their own. Once you connect, you can read all of the messages on that bulletin and even post your own to start a conversation. Okay, so we're just explaining forums right now. Many use them to share files or to chat about their favorite topics, everything from video games to sports to idol culture. But in the wake of a sudden string of weird suicides, Things aren't all fun and games. Rumors have surfaced that the deaths are linked to a bulletin system operated from somewhere within Shiokawa. What is behind the suicides? How could so many people all be driven to take their own lives? Even if the rumored bulletin system's phone number is found, there's no hope to investigate without a computer that can connect to it. Maybe the school library has one that will work. Okay. Okay, so we need to go to the school library. Sorry. We need to go to the school library and investigate this rumored bulletin. And it's not my computer that's making a FPS on this slow. It's just naturally slow. It's supposed to be 1 bit. So, let's go to the library. Carry a few books out of the main room. You decide to do some reading. I think we already read this one. So that actually gives us enough experience to level up, I think. Yeah. You've advanced to the next experience level. Choose one perk and one stat upgrade. So... dexterity and stamina. Choose one perk and stat upgrade. There's no perk options. Oh, these are... oh, geez. Art knowledge? Quick thinking? Quick thinking, and... do we have to choose... yeah, quick thinking and stamina seems like the safest bet, because those affect our combat. Okay. You were stopped by a girl you haven't seen in months, but how could you? She died in an accident. Do I still have that salt, or was it used up? It was used up. Wait, what's that? You found an occult diary. While the school's library computer doesn't have a modem, you happen to bump into a member of the computer club while asking around. She apparently just got a new system, is willing to let you borrow hers. Thanking her, you arrange to meet at her home in the city. Investigate the forest location to complete this quest. So there's an additional quest going on here. So we could go downtown to talk to this girl, or we can go to the forest and investigate the suicides there. Let's see. Cult diary. Yeah, let's use this. It's good. And then also, well, we don't have any funds. Library notes. You gain a random spell and lose 2 reason. No, we need that. So let's sell this. And then go downtown. Where was the store? Yeah, shop for items. A blue gem. Feels cold in your hand. What is it? Vibrates slightly in your hand. I mean, that seems good. Yeah, gem. So let's go to the forest and investigate. No, maybe we don't want to, because we really are low on reason right now. In fact, can we not? Yeah, let's forget that. And then also, I don't know if we're able to use the skill that would turn stamina into reason. But okay, downtown, let's investigate. Through the dirty restaurant window, you notice a shady-looking man wearing a jacket covered in strange symbols. He stops in front of a house, visibly nervous. Before he enters the house, he turns around as if he's checking for any unwanted followers. What could it mean? Let's follow him. The door is locked, but you repeat the knocking pattern the suspicious man used. A moment later, the door opens, and a surprised teen with greasy hair asks who the hell you are. Mistaking these nerds for cultists sure is embarrassing, but deep inside, you're relieved. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up your apartment stairs, clenching your teeth as you heave it up one step at a time. Goddamn, computers are heavy. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. Open up, shouts the deep voice from behind the door. I know you're there. Get closer to the door and ask what's the matter. Before you can open the door's letterbox suddenly opens and the unknown invader tries to look inside. Lurching back in shock, the man sees you and tries to get in, screaming curses the whole time. A neighbor calls the police and the attacker escapes from your apartment building. You wipe the sweat from your brow as you finally finish setting up the computer in your bedroom. After a few tests, you're now certain that everything is functional. The newscaster on the TV says that the suicide rate is still climbing. Worse, the morbid trend is beginning to catch on in other nearby towns. You need to act quickly. Wandering through an empty corridor, you finally find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of sodas and sides, but you can really use a drink. I don't have any funds. Get the cheapest one? We deserve the most expensive one. We're out here breaking our back. You take a sip. Is it blood? Hoping to find a lead, you head to the hospital. With how many deaths have been there? The hospital is in chaos. The staff looks exhausted. When the receptionist lets her head down onto the desk for a minute, you slip out of the waiting room and into the hospital corridors. As part of the therapy, some patients took part in art classes. Some of their work fills you with dread. Oh my god, we're just losing stamina and reason, like nothing. You overhear two nurses talking about a girl whose suicide attempt failed. Apparently, she's recovering at her grandparents' home at the village in the city outskirts. You exit the hospital and make your way to the nearest bus stop. Can we sell this? You stand in the middle of the field, frozen in terror. A rip in reality shows the horrible future of our planet. Seeing the familiar figure looking back at you, you can't help but wonder if it's our world that's just an illusion. You question your sanity, which will probably decrease reason or enter the portal. Yeah, let's go for it. I think we may already be a little bit screwed. You and the figure get closer to the portal, ready to swap places. Lost in time and space, you drift in nothingness until something pulls you towards the light. The temperature abruptly drops, and you shudder in the icy cold. You find yourself in the middle of a snowy wasteland. A sudden gust flings you to your knees. You inhale deeply, feeling your chest tighten and ache. Your fingers and ears are already numb and freezing. You have to move. Check the icy coast. That's a failure. Countless corpses of a long-gone tribe are encased in ice. Their eyes follow your every movement. Shit. Well, at least we didn't die. I thought we were going to die for sure. An old priest is performing a ritual to appease a local demon imprisoned underground. You're invited to join them. Kindly refuse. Participating would probably be decreased to reason. I think anytime you do any kind of magical something, it decreases your reason. Old man frowns and walks away. You had no idea the funeral you've been invited to would end with the guests slashing their hands to feed the deceased with their blood. You stay at the back, shocked by how grotesque it is. Suddenly, the guests turn their heads in direction. It's your turn now. The mourners don't take no for an answer and forcibly draw your blood. I guess we just need to investigate downtown. Stop right there, you hear a voice coming from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. Okay, so this guy only damages stamina. I should have just done that from the start. I could have just killed him right away. I was worried that I would miss, and I missed the first attack. Huh. So it seems like dodge doesn't really have too much use, unless I just don't have a high enough dexterity. As you pull into the village bus stop, a news story comes on the bus's radio. An entire class of Shiokawa students left in front of a train hand in hand. You move urgently as you exit the bus and begin searching down the village streets. No one answers when you knock at Professor Takiguchi's door. This is odd since he's normally punctual about his appointments. The smell of blood tells you that something's wrong, and you quickly open the door and make your way inside. There's no sign of the professor, but the quantity of blood everywhere leaves little doubt as to what has happened. But how? And why? Let's search for clues. You search the room but can't find anything. The sound of police sirens forces you to jump through a broken window and you're injured. Damn, we're not looking good. Oh, okay. So it's no effect, more annoying than anything. When you find the girl's house, her grandparents greet you solemnly. They thank you for your effort to stop the deaths. Forgive her, her grandfather says as he leads you to her bedroom. She's a kind girl. Something has happened to her. Following a weird gargling sound, you enter an alley. Standing in the shadow, you notice a person wearing a policeman's uniform. Move along, citizen. Nothing to see here. You've made a horrible mistake. Lumpy officer. That's not going to be enough. The recovering girl is more than happy to not only confirm the bulletin's existence, but give you its number. You have to do what it tells you. Trust me, you won't regret a thing. She beams at you as her grandmother struggles to make her swallow the pain medication. The pain medication. I'll be back to join you all soon. Wait for me, okay? Disquieted, you give the grandparents your phone number and hastily leave. The shrine, the trail to an abandoned Shinto shrine is overgrown and steep. However, it could be an important place to investigate. Take the safe route. Taking the safe route costs you time, but you get to the top without incident. Burnt out candle wax and dried blood around the shrine means a new sinister cult has claimed this location. 5 experience plus 2 doom. As soon as you arrive home, you dial the number, put the handset into the modem. Your heart pounds as the computer fans exhale. The system hums, you hear a brief dial tone, and then it finally connects. Do you like it? Welcome home. Do you like it? Do I like my home? Yeah, I do. I do like my home. I'm glad. Take your phone off the modem and put it to your ear. Okay, so we can't actually do anything other than this. You listen to the staticky signal on the other end. It's harsh to your ear, but then the noise begins to slowly change into something beautiful. You want to join it. Begins to slowly change into something beautiful. You want to join it. I have to fight my computer? Fuck. I did not... What? How? How am I supposed to do this? Okay, let's see. Hold on. Allies and perks. You will die at the beginning of your next encounter. So I think once these get to -5, it's game over in this encounter, but for right now, we can still do enough damage, I think, to kill this dude. That encounter was the final straw. Your mind has snapped and you've been locked up in an asylum. It would be comforting to accept that you were insane, that no old god is awakening to devour humanity, but the drugs haven't made these horrors disappear. You've perished. We managed to solve one mystery plaguing the town, saw 20 new events, 8 new enemies, 2 new achievements. Well, this is a cool game. This is definitely a very cool game. I think I'm probably going to end it here. I'll probably play it a little bit more on my own. If you want to see more of this game, make sure to comment. That's how I kind of decide what people want to see. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun. It's definitely a really cool idea. Definitely love these kind of story roguelites or whatever. But if you'd like to see more of this, just let me know. I also have Observer System Redux that I'm planning on playing soon with ray tracing on. So if you'd like to see that, just make sure to subscribe. Yeah, and thanks for watching, guys.